The moment that we're going to discuss is Transgender Day of Remembrance. As a trans person, I think it's the hardest day of the year. It is a marker that memorialises the people that have died in the past 365 days. And their crime for dying, the reason that they died, in most cases the reason that they were killed, is because they're trans people. Trans Day of Remembrance, typically people will read a list of the names, if they're known, of the trans people that have died, and often the way in which they were murdered.
The list of names that was read out at the Trans Day of Remembrance, are there too many names on that list? If there's one name on that list, there's too many. Having a list of names of people that are persecuted because of who they are is always going to be something that we can't tolerate as a humanity.
I mean, it's very rare that people don't break down in tears. And I think that's it. It's that painful reminder of how close we are to it actually being okay that trans people are being killed.
The sadness of it is the list continues to grow. It's not that there's names on the list, it's just that it will continue to grow. And when we don't have a list of names, you know, when we remember those people but they're no more added to that, that's when we're making progress. It's nice to see older trans people, but it's also nice to hear from the younger trans and the voices are so different, the stories are different. The youngsters have a sense of fearlessness. You know, we're not going to be silenced. We don't give a shit who you are. We're going to speak out, and they're all very like, you know. And the older people have lived through different times, and it's nice to see that meshing together of generations.
The other thing about Trans Day of Remembrance is that it marks the people who have been murdered. It doesn't mark the people that have nearly been murdered, and it doesn't mark the people who haven't been found. And so it's heavy, you know. Like it's like sitting in anything. It's like sitting in a funeral where you're mourning people that you didn't know. But very much, but for the grace of God, we'd be there.
I don't think there will ever be a time where we shouldn't honor the struggle that all queer people have gone through. I don't think there'll ever be a time where that is obsolete or where that is inappropriate. But I would love to see attendance go down at things because it doesn't occur to this new generation to need a safe space because the world that they've built is an inherently safe space.
We're just trying to get by. Like, you're trying to build a world that you're allowed to live in, that you can feel comfortable being yourself in, and that you can talk to people in. And it really isn't any more complicated than that.